All right, we are going to start with our first award tonight, and that would be the Athlete with Disabilities Award. I first met Garrison Hayes, I don't know how many years ago it was. He came in for an interview at 9 News, and it was associated with a bike ride that he was going to be doing. Garrison he's a very, very special kid. He has endless amounts of energy, never ever sits still, and pretty much plays any and all sports that he can. If he's not doing track, he's out on his bike. Just recently got into mountain biking and won the Trailblazer Award with the Colorado High School Cycling Association last year. His cancer, as you will hear about, is now in remission, and so now he goes to Children's Hospital and talks to other kids that have cancer and gives them hope, because I'll tell you what, Garrison Hayes has made some big strides. Let's watch his video.
It seems hard to describe Garrison Hayes as disabled. He seems to fall under the heading of overachiever instead. While athletic ability is almost always apparent, character sometimes takes longer to see or understand. Garrison is clearly a young man with plenty of both. It's been 10 years now since doctors had to take most of his lowered left leg due to cancer, but he is still every bit an active teenager, probably even more than many. Last year, he set national records in 7 track and field events and won a gold medal at the IWAS World Junior Games, and was the national champion in the high jump at the Paralympic Track and Field Nationals. Tonight, we recognize Garrison Hayes as the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame 2014 Athlete with Disabilities Award winner.
Garrison Hayes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susie, for that awesome introduction. You know, I love seeing Susie on the news. I go, hey, I know her. I know her. You know, I feel really fortunate that I get to live my dreams every single day. And I'd like to take a few moments to thank the people who make that possible. First, my family over there and at tables 39 and 40. They're always amazing, and you know, my mom, my dad, my brother Brayton, and my sister Taryn, they're always there for me. They support me, they travel with me, they work out with me, and you know, I wouldn't be here without them. So big round of applause for them. Thank you. I'd also like to thank NSCD for nominating me. Huge honor. They also taught me how to never say no to trying a new sport. So I'd also like to thank Colorado Sports Hall of Fame for selecting me for this prestigious award. It is very awesome. I'd also like to thank my friends, my coaches, my teachers, and my supporters from all around the country. You've always been there for me. You give me the tools I need to succeed in my sports life and my academic life and everyday life. So thank you so very, very much. This is amazing. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. This is awesome.
We now get to introduce our high school female and male athletes of the year. Our female athlete, not only does she stand tall on the court, she also stands very tall in the classroom with a 4.0. She's coming off a 29-0 season with her Lewis Palmer team. Also donates her time as a youth volleyball instructor, and her motto is, and we're talking about Alexa Smith, play for the girl next to you, which I love. And our male athlete?
Our high school male athlete, a lot of ex-athletes in the audience tonight. For those that have wrestled in high school, please raise your hand. That's what I thought. Wrestling, no disrespect to you, sir, I'm sure. I wrestled in 9th grade. I quickly learned how many lights were on the ceiling at Everett Junior High School. So I have much respect for wrestlers and wrestling because I think it is a very difficult sport. Our male recipient, our high school male athlete of the year, a 4-time state champion in wrestling. His freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. Let's take a look.
Hitting, winning, leading. Alexa Smith finished an extraordinary career at Lewis Palmer with an unbeaten season, another state title, and being named National Player of the Year. She also starred on U.S. national teams and will now take all of her accolades and abilities to Purdue University. On the mat, Phil Downing ended each of his seasons at Broomfield High School atop the podium.
I get pretty mad when stuff don't go my way, I guess.
Wrestling at different weights didn't matter. Opponents changed, but the results were the same. Downing became Colorado's 17th 4-time state champion with a win in the 160-pound class as a senior.
I was gonna have to keep training to get the other 3, but I kept working hard, and here I am now with my 4th title.
Congratulations tonight to 2 great champions, Alexa Smith and Phil Downing, our high school athletes of the year.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for being here, and I'm just so honored to be amongst all these people. I want to say thank you to my teammates. I would not be here without them. And also a big thank you to Coach Odie over there. She's one of the greatest coaches I've ever had. I don't know what I would have done without her the last 4 years. I also have her as my English 4 teacher, and she's one of my favorite teachers. I also want to thank my parents for always being my biggest supporters and teaching me that no dream is ever too big. So thank you.
First off, I would like to thank the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame. Then also I would like to thank my Broomfield Wrestling Youth Program and also Broomfield High School for always being there and supporting me. Also, I'd like to give a special thanks to Coach Jim Zeckman, which is at table 70. And also, I'd like to thank my mom and dad and my family for always being there and supporting me and taking me across the country to travel and make sure I was able to accomplish this goal of being a 4-time state champ. And also, once again, I'd like to thank the Colorado Hall of Fame for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Great. All right, let's do our college female and male athletes now of the year. Our female athlete is Taylor Simpson. When she came out of high school in Colorado Springs, she was the 9th best volleyball player in the country. She is the daughter of 2 college basketball players, which is interesting. Obviously has some very good genes there. And her siblings are also a couple following in her footsteps at CU in volleyball as well. So they've got a good gene pool all around with the Simpson family there.
Our college male athlete is an outstanding wide receiver. Ex-wide receivers like to, when they look at games on TV, every chance we get, we like to watch the wide receivers and critique their routes. Rashard is a guy that really doesn't need a lot of work. 1,700 yards plus last year, 17 touchdown passes. Rashard Higgins, great player at CSU. Let's take a look.
Our college athletes of the year exemplify winning. Taylor Simpson from Doherty High School in Colorado Springs became CU's first ever AVCA first team All-American, breaking school records along the way.
You know, it's all about the coaching and who I have in my supporting staff, my parents, my family.
An outside hitter who lifted all boats in Boulder, she helped drive the Buffs to the NCAA tournament. Rashard Higgins also part of a sea change in Fort Collins. The mercurial wide receiver put up explosive numbers that made him a Biletnikoff Award finalist and CSU's first All-American football player in nearly 20 years.
Another bomb wide open. Touchdown Rams.
More than 1,700 yards.
Higgins has it.
17 touchdowns.
Beautiful pass, excellent catch.
And bringing the national spotlight to Colorado State. Rashard Higgins and Taylor Simpson are the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame College Athletes of the Year.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame people for recognizing and nominating me for this award. It's really cool to be nominated in my home state and to be recognized for this. I have a lot of people that I'd like to thank, starting off first with my coaches at CU, Liz Kritza, Ryle Jade, and JT Wanger, and all the support staff. I couldn't have done it without them, and they've helped me develop into the player that I am today. I'd like to thank Seal Berry, who's actually on stage with me right now, and I'd like to thank Rick George, who's also in the crowd right now, and any of the other CU Athletic administration for helping our program progress as far as it did in the past 2 years and just supporting us. And a big shout out to my family, 2 of them who are actually on the volleyball team with me, who were this past year. You know, it's truly an honor to be able to play in your home state, but to be able to play with 2 of your siblings on the same team is also pretty special. So I wanted to say thank you to them for, you know, just everything, for being my rock and supporting me throughout the whole way. So thank you.
First and foremost, I want to give thanks to God. Without him, this wouldn't be possible. I also like to thank the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame for this prestigious award. It's truly an honor. I'd like to thank my mom as well. She's my biggest supporter, and she never gives up when times get hard, so I'd like to thank her as well. I also like to thank my coaches and my teammates as well for pushing me to be the best teammate and the best leader I can be. Thank you.
Winning a championship on any level, Pee Wee, high school, college, obviously the NFL, is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. You create memories that forever, for the rest of your life, you can hold on to. And I'm so happy that I get to announce the King of the Hill Award. I've gotten to know Coach Riston over the years, consider him a friend. I've gotten to know him in terms of recruiting some of our players, but this was such a fabulous year for CSU-Pueblo football, a national championship. Take a look.
Winning a national championship is certainly a story in itself. But the short, sharp rocket ride to the top of Division II is an astounding story coming out of Pueblo.
He has it at the 5 and into the end zone.
The CSU-Pueblo Thunderwolves football program was only resurrected back in 2008, but John Riston's team quickly became a national power.
We haven't been afraid to say what our goals are and where we're going, and now we got a chance to accomplish that.
Last season, they were the national power, shutting out previously unbeaten Minnesota State Mankato 13-0.
Browning. Got it!
And winning the NCAA Division II championship game.
And I knew we were going to host this trophy, so my emotions, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for these kids. I'm excited for the city of Pueblo, Southern Colorado State University.
The pride of not only Southern Colorado, but the whole state. We salute the national champs from CSU-Pueblo with the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame's King of the Hill Award.
Can we replay that video? That was pretty cool, being able to do that. You know, I want to thank the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame for recognizing us and adopting this King of the Hill. It's pretty cool. You don't ever get to call yourself King of the Hill too often. And so, but one, I got to give thanks to this guy to the right of me is Darian Hagan, and there's CJ out here in the crowd. And I was lucky enough to be part of a graduate assistant of Bill McCartney's staff when they won the national championship, and how special that was. And it helped build the foundation for what happened down in Pueblo at CSU-Pueblo. And it really took a bunch of people to be able to do this. And I really need to thank them. And one, I need to thank my wife. She's out in the crowd, Rochelle. I really appreciate you being the head coach of the national champs right there. You are the head coach of Little Bill. So, but there's a family in Pueblo, Colorado, the DeRose family, that is unbelievable special about athletics, treating people right, academics, doing things that with passion. And they represent Pueblo, Colorado in the best way possible. And I'm just glad to have a chance to be able to go to work every day and Eddie and Nita DeRose Thunderbolt. That's a great deal. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart about what you do. There's two brothers that I happen to play with, and they were Danny and Mark DeRose. And they were a big vision about being able to see that trophy being lifted when I was hired July 3rd of 2007. And I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart about what we were able to do. I had a great administration to work with. And my president's there, President Leslie Damare. My AD was the very beginning. And I would like to everybody give them a great big round of applause, please. Most of all, I was able to bring players up here. They were seniors. And I'm just not going to name, they were at table 7. I'm going to introduce every one of them. And I want everybody at the end to really give them a great round of applause, because they came here on a vision. They came here on a promise that nothing was ever started before. They've laid the foundation. And you saw how they went out and played and represented their school and their name, but they were a team. This is a team game. This is a team sport. And I can tell you how proud I am to ride their back on what happened. Josh Bridle, he's the guy who blocked the field goal. Steph Dickens, please stand up, you guys, over there. Trent Thompson, Darius Allen, Austin Payne, Paul Browning, Gerard Lacey, Scotland Coyle, Levon Floyd, Chris Bonner, Manny Rathel, and I already said Gerard Lacey. The guy who threw a shutout, my defensive coordinator's here, and that's Hunter Hughes. Please stand up, Hunter. And the guy that was done all the dirty work on the defensive side is Jake Novotny. Now that's the team that I was able to be a part of. So please give them a great big round of applause. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Last thing. What a great honor it is to be here. I'm a Colorado native, born and raised, being a part of this. It's so wonderful to be here with all the great people in the history of Colorado sports. I want to say thank you, and I'm very humbled to be a part of this. Appreciate it.
All right, and next is our Athlete of the Year. For those that were here last year, you'll recognize this name, Mikaela Shiffrin. She is the right now reigning Olympic, World Cup, and World Champion in slalom. Of course, she was born to former ski racers, I should say. She calls Vail home, but ends up spending a lot of her time away from Vail and all across the world as a world traveler kicking rear in many ski competitions. And unfortunately, Mikaela could not be here tonight. We'll watch her video and then see a video from Mikaela as well.
To see if Mikaela Shiffrin can pick up her second world title.
While this is about 2014, 2015 looks like more of the same for Colorado's precocious new skiing star, Mikaela Shiffrin. She just won the World Championship Slalom.
Gonna be enough! Yes!
Right here on home turf in Vail.
To win this medal in front of the home crowd, and that's why it's going to be close to my heart for the rest of my career.
But it was last year that the world saw this young comet blaze to a gold medal in Sochi on the slalom course.
Mikaela Shiffrin wins gold for the U.S.
Not yet 19 years old, she became the youngest slalom champion in Olympic history.
How long have you been dreaming about this night?
It's hard to say. For a while, for a really long time.
It was far from a fluke. She's already the best in the world at her favorite discipline, shredding the gates throughout the season in 2014 to earn a second straight slalom title. Just 20 years old now, she's already atop the world and the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame Athlete of the Year.
Hi, everybody. This is Mikaela Shiffrin. I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend this awards banquet in person tonight, but I'm competing for my last races this season, so I wasn't able to make it. I want to say how honored I am to receive the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame award for the second time. It's really an honor to be recognized for a high level in my sport, and I want to thank you for that. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the team around me, all of the people who support me between sponsors and family and friends and the U.S. ski team, all my coaches, everybody who's helped me along the way to get to the top of my sport. I also want to congratulate the nominees and recipients tonight and anybody out there who's ever put their heart and soul into their sport. Congratulations to everybody. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening, and thank you again. Good night.